In this video, we're going to continue our work on our scrubs pants. I have my front and back panels, front in this lighter mauve color and back in this more purple hue. And the next operation, after we've combined our front two panels and our back two panels with our overlock machine, is to serge the inseam of the pants. Now, as you're beginning sewing these garments, if you would like, it's very easy to use a couple of clips to align your seams. As you noted in our last video, I marked face side. So it's right sides together as per usual. And then we align the seams here, folding one seam allowance to one side and the other to the opposite. So we have a nice flat seam when we are working on our waistband. And then further in the crotch, we can clip that as well too. And you can see I have some thread here that I failed to trim. I'll go ahead and trim that and use a little clip, again, matching up our seams and folding one seam allowance to one side and the other to the opposite side. That's gonna make for a very nice, flat, comfortable seam. So wonderful. We will simply now start at one ankle. We'll start at the bottom of the pant and then serge up the inseam to the middle and back down. And we'll go ahead and use our notches, and we'll make sure that as we're sewing over our notches, we're making sure to cover those cuts so we don't leave any holes in the garments. As you can see, it looks like a heavy-handed notch maker like me was on the case. So I've cut my notch too long here, so I'm gonna have to make sure that I sew over it. Now, as you remember, on this overlock machine, it's 2 needle and it's 5 thread. Our overlock has 3 threads and our safety or our chain stitch has 2 threads. And that just makes for a nice, durable seam, one that will last a long time in any kind of medical setting with heavy laundry. Remember, these scrubs get washed very frequently. Okay, and here we go. I'm going to pull my light down just a little bit more. As I mentioned in our last video, we have this nice eye shield, so make sure that's down. You have your eye protection. This is a nice, quiet machine, so if you like ear protection, but just make sure you can see everything clearly and safely. So we'll go ahead and we're just hugging that blade. We're trimming off as we go. I'm making sure to sew over my notch properly so we're not left with any holes, as I mentioned. And we'll just keep going. Go as slowly as you need to. This is no rush, it's no race. We want to make sure we are sewing the highest quality garments so that everything that leaves our factory floor we are absolutely proud of. So I'm approaching my clip. I'm going to remove the clip, and just keeping in mind that my seam allowance here is folded one way and my second seam allowance is folded the other. We're making sure that as we go under that blade, everything is locked into place. So you can see this is going very quickly, and just go ahead, line that up a little better. You can see I'm sewing from our upcycled bed sheets, and these get a little frayed as time goes on. So that's why when we're manufacturing, we're trying to keep them into the production line and sew them quickly, not fiddle, touch them too much, because that results in fraying. You can see that I'm ending here. I'm just gonna go ahead and sew off, trim my threads, and I would likely have a stack of other pairs, and so I would just go ahead and chain stitch and do a whole set. So as you can see, we've gone ahead and sewn our inseam. I love the way these colors look together. I think there's gonna be a fun pair of pants. So That chain stitch just looks beautiful. It's less the operator and more the machine. I'm just delighted. But you're always gonna be wanting to check tension as well. So you can see how durable that would be for a wearer. We have many intersections of seams, so that's gonna be really nice. Okay, in our next video, we are going to be sewing the out seam on both the left and the right sides of our pants, and we're almost done with our pants. See you in the next video.